Don't go that way. Never go that way. If you'd have gone that way, should have gone straight to the castle. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xerath Prevails, a Grand Arena story. We're in the 5th match out of the 9 of this 3v3 season. I know that it's actually over. That's by the time I'm posting this, but I'm going to try to get most of these up and out of here. I think maybe one we're going to skip, and we'll figure out which one that is. But we're not skipping this one. It's going to be a testament to how cute I am. Or maybe not. But let's get to the fighting, folks. I don't even have an intro at all. I've done a poor job of taking screenshots, guys, of this whole GAC. The last week is significantly better. So we'll improve at some point, I'm sure. So my opponent has... Here, let's just get a start on it. My opponent placed Kenobi, which kind of surprised me, but it probably only surprised me because I didn't really scout. Remember, I was sick the first week, and I've had a lot of real-life stuff going on, and I just don't scout. So we're using Dash here, and I didn't really... I forgot to remod Dash like a long time ago, and I just keep not doing it, so he's still got speed mods on, and that's kind of an issue here, because my opponent has really well-modded characters. My opponent does have less GP than me. They also don't have Jabba, which I do have Jabba, so it's a pretty big advantage. But they're a really good player, and we're in the top 50-ish at this point, despite my previous losses. And so, hopefully, I mean, remember, if you haven't seen the other videos of this season, it's all my matches have been really close. I lost by 5, then I lost by 3, or something like that. Yeah, and then I won by 3, and now this, I guess the last one I lost by like 11 or 12 or something. So we're using Dash here. We're not doing any damage. Remember, they don't ever attack Vandor until at some point they like are allowed to attack Vandor or something. The AI is like, oh yeah, I forgot about you hairy brute. And so what we're supposed to be doing is using Landino to hide Vandor, so they're not even tempted. They're not like, oh yeah, we could attack that dude. We could attack that dude, so we could have like a shower scene later or something. You know, just like in the young Han Solo movie. And you can notice Kenobi keeps putting his he keeps putting the damage immunity on the other Kenobi, which is problematic. I think if we put more offense on Dash, this probably works more often or something. But okay, so there's where I got lazy. Landino did not. I'm worried about timing out here. So I used Landino to attack instead of hide Vandor, and then once again I did the same thing. But I mean, okay, we're making progress, and then Cat is like, hey, why is this hairy lug around? Why does he exist? And you can see we have her in the red right now. We have her in the red. We are super close, and then we miss a bunch for fun, and then he pops his ult, and then Vandor just frickin' dies. I know this works, guys. I've seen people do it consistently, but it didn't work today, and I could have hit him. It was my own fault. I was sloppy. I was worried about timing out, and we failed. My opponent fails exactly one attack most fights, and he's very efficient otherwise. And so that's like our one that we get, folks. We're gonna use Darth Vader here. Everyone said we couldn't do it. We couldn't make it work. So I built it just to show them, if you know of Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Anyway, the goal here is you need Watt. You have to have Watt, and I wanted a pre-taunt because I didn't want to have Darth Vader just get killed by something. Maybe I needed to be faster than Ben, and I needed Shore Trooper or something as well, just to boost Vader's speed a little bit. I don't remember exactly, but I didn't want... Vader can't be allowed to die in the early stages of this. So we're just cycling through, folks. I mean, we're getting to the point we need to get Rey into yellow at some point, and then we need to, because we have the weapons tech, we can stop people from reviving. It's like the opposite of what Anakin and Palpatine were plotting. It's like we even have the power to stop people from reviving. So once we get Rey into yellow, then we can do the saber toss on Ben. And that should just kill him. But we got to be real cautious, because if we get him into damage immunity, we are in a world of hurt. Okay, so she's in... Well, she's not even in yellow. She's in red, which is even better for us. So now we're just trying to get to the point. Okay, now we have to throw the saber. Killed Ben. He's not reviving because he is dead. He's dead permanently because we have the weapons tech on Vader, which is an important aspect. And then Rey, of course, kills all my friends. I can't ever have nice things, and so we destroyed her for it, and then destroyed Holdo, and we got a 51. It was a little bit sketch, but we needed something, though, folks, because I had planned on Dash being able to kill Kenobi. I was pretty sure it was going to work, and obviously it didn't. So I needed something to kill a GL that was outside of my normal plans. My opponent placed all these plus a Lord Vader team. Those are the 3 GL teams that he placed. And, alright, so we got to take out this Darth Revan team. And Malak is pretty sketch. We want to just punch him in the mouth, but he doesn't really have a mouth. He doesn't even have a jaw. So it's like, where the heck do we punch him? Like, what do you tell a guy with no jaw? Nothing. He's already been told once. That doesn't really work as well as the joke about what do you tell a guy with a black eye, but you know. Alright, so the problem here is, guys, Talon is going to revive Darth Revan, and so we kill Malak, no problem, and then we just have this awkward cluster where we can't kill Talon before we kill Darth Revan, and it's all over. Now, this is something that made me a little nervous. You'll note he has lower GP than me, and you'll note on a few of the comps that he places, he has less relics than me. That's not me, like, talking down about him. I want to say, like, he's an impressive fellow for, you know, for being able to hang with people with more relics. I mean, I do that all the time. This is maybe the only match in several months. I don't know, you guys probably have a better perspective than me, but this is one of the only matches where I actually out GP my opponent. And it's kind of just a weird experience. Like, what do you do with that level of I don't know, advantage? Like, it's tough. It's tough to win from ahead, because you're like, man, only relic 5 on Basti. I should be able to destroy her. But if your opponent is really well modded and knows what he's doing, he can, you know, he can still make you pay. Sith Eternal did not pay, however. He, in fact, took out the whole squad for 58. Well done, Sith Eternal. Remember, we only keep... I guess the thing about this fight, the one thing that I did do, I scouted a little bit, I guess, just because I knew my opponent only had... he only had one... Or he had 6 GLs, not 7, like the rest of us big dogs. But I did place Rey with Ben, and I think I put Sorty with him, just because I wanted to throw him a weird challenge, just to see what he could or could not do with it. Sorty gives VIP to Ben so that he's hidden, and I mean, a lot of counters still work, but I just wanted to see if I could mess with him. So, yeah. Anyways. Now, we've done our work, guys. We've done our due diligence. We've killed all the teams in the front, except, so up top is Lord Vader still, and we'll have to take him out eventually, but we need to take care of this Kenobi team, and Supreme Leader Kylo actually still works against Kenobi in 3v3. That is a thing. However, it's even easier now. We just don't see Kenobi on defense ever, except for this. This is the first time in a long time that I've seen this, and I don't know why I'm just hitting the no damage cat here, the no, yeah, but I was for fun. I think just so that Kenobi didn't hit me back or something. Did he have his ult? I actually don't remember. But this is way easier in this fight because Kenobi's already dead. GK's already dead. Oh, look at that. We accidentally resized the video. I don't know if I'm going to resize it again in a minute or not. Look at Kenobi just stealing banners brazenly, like the bearded god he is. I don't know where that came from, guys. I don't know what god we're talking about, but I do know that there's a video I watched recently where they used like a Lego Jesus, and they used the Kenobi minifig for him. So there is that, you know. Anyways, we got through Kenobi. And in the back, just as I suspected, he's got total garbage. He doesn't even have Grand Inquisitor, but we've got to kill Lord Vader. And here's the issue, folks, is I planned on this fight, I was planning on doing a two-shot against him, because I was, I don't really have anything that just straight up kills Maul. I mean, or straight up kills Lord Vader, unless the Lord Vader is not well modded or something. So, anyways, we managed to kill Royal Guard. Then we can't kill Maul again because he's just an annoying person to try to kill. Apparently, let's keep Cat alive for a minute. Lord Vader pops his ult, kills Kenobi. Hopefully we can kill Maul. Please let us kill him before he heals too much. Please, oh please, let us take him out. Please. Thank goodness. Okay, well, that was that. Now we try to kill Lord Vader, or, you know, go through the motions. And there it is. Goodbye to Kenobi. Okay, so no, he has... I was just showing the chat this. I was showing it on the stream. He has 40 deflection, which isn't too much, but I mean that's special damage on Fennec. You know, it's a special, or Fennec does special damage, I should say. Oh, this awkward thing happened, guys, where he actually didn't force choke or whatever it's called on the first hit, and so I just did a call to assist with Greef because I needed to pop when I needed to use his dispel to get us to contract right away. Like that was a really important element. That would have actually just derailed us entirely there. Lord Vader just doing his big hit instead of his AoE. I think that's where a lot of people get choked up, because Greef has to dispel all of them in order to get contract, and it wouldn't have worked otherwise. So we cleaned him up, and remember, I have an accuracy arrow on Fennec, not to mention she has 18% accuracy from her mastery anyways from Relic 8, so there is that. Okay, so we've got Bam Han Chu, which is a team that always scares me, never fails to scare me. Remember, we do the AoE just because I wanted to, or the AoE with the AoE stun, just because I wanted to take out, or wanted to take Chewie away from being able to assist. And gosh, okay, he's got healing immunity on him, but then Han's like, oh no, I'm gonna take a turn, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna smite you for that. Smite you, do something different, Vando? Alright, goes into poop stance, which is probably the dumbest thing anyone's ever done, and we kill him. Take him out. He's gone. And now we've got, okay, he's got Relic Sauvage, but only Relic 5. And of course, the Omicron Sauvage is probably the more important thing to call him. And so we're using Traya. That's the stated plan, unless Sauvage is with someone like Sith Eternal, or with, I don't even know. Yeah, Sith Eternal is a good example, I suppose. And, you know, I guess there are probably a few exceptions. Like Starkiller might be one that we rethink our lives on. And so once you isolate Sauvage, though, he doesn't gain any buffs, so he's not taunting or anything. And now we just wait for Nihilus. You know, just like waiting for Jean Tannen. If you guys know that reference, huge hats off to you. You know your stuff. Alright, so we actually just killed Savage without an Annihilate, which is a little bit funny. You'll note my slight wry grin that's on the inside that you can't actually see. You'll note that, I'm sure. Alright, I guess we'll just annihilate Dooku for funsies. And then, can we just take down Sidious now? The question is, can we take him down without, like, is Sion full protection now? Because my opponent is an efficiency player. We need to be as efficient as possible. And we got a 56, so apparently we did preserve our protection. And you know, that's one of the reasons I didn't rate Savage as S tier, folks, because Savage dies to a lot of different things at this point. We know about Padme also does it. Gosh, resizing the stream once again. Now, yeah, I think I'm trying to fix it right now. Actually, that's why I'm not attacking. You guys can watch me fiddle with it. Like the screen, not fiddle with anything else that I might have been fiddling with otherwise. But I mean, Wampa just destroys Grievous, like to the point that I don't see Grievous on defense ever these days. I think the most successful Grievous I've seen lately is Grievous with IG and Kuiil, which is kind of cool, but it's kind of Kuiil. But anyways, I should note as well, before we go any further, my opponent was awesome. Oh, this is all about control, guys, so we're just trying to figure out when we should stun, when we should do anything here. You know, just trying to control it so that they don't get a turn. But my opponent did attack before, he attacked my front zone before I went, which is really appreciated. Specifically because I'm a streamer, and he wanted to make sure that I had a good, I don't know, that I could show my back zone to the stream, which is hugely appreciated, guys. If you ever face a streamer like that is such a nice nod. Honestly, like, it's a very nice gesture. Really appreciate that about my opponent. And, yeah, so we're using Mothra here against this Bounty Hunter squad. I mean, one of the things that I think I was telling you guys in my last video, one of the things that I didn't realize for a while, for whatever reason, I mean, I've just been in a kind of a weird mental state lately. No, I'm not turning stupid as far as I know, though if I was, would I know? That's a good question. But I've been in this weird mental state where I didn't even realize that Kyle Katarn, I mean, I used to know this, I knew this, I just, like, for some reason, totally forgot it for, like, almost the whole season. I forgot that Kyle Katarn is not as fast in 3s as he is in 5s, because he's not getting him as much turn meter. And so, yeah, I mean, more fool me, I guess, but whatever, like, we'll all live. Potentially, I don't know. All right, there we go. 56. Whew. Got through it, even without me knowing anything. And I do have one confession to make, guys. I did not record ships because the ships were so easy. I decided to wait till the next day because we were gonna start our fight night stream, and I just the fleets were not going to be that interesting. So we're not going to show fleets here, and I meant to record them, but then I just apparently didn't, or I couldn't find the footage anyways. I looked for it for a while, so we're not going to show ships. I will show you the results, however. I think I took one screenshot of that. It was pretty good. Now, I decided to try to get cute here and use my Iden team against his... I was like, man, that's only Inquisitors without... without a ton of relics. It's only relic 6 on Ninth Sister, and I'm like, should be pretty easy. There's no Grand Inquisitor. Like, my guys are all relic 5 or higher. I think Iden is 7, and so is Stormtrooper, and Death is relic 5. Which, I mean, Death at relic 5 in the real world it's like, man, just outdoes all of us. So, anyways, so we got healing immunity on Ninth Sister, and... so we're just trying to take her out, of course. She's pretty thick, though. And, you you'll note that we're almost, like, it's almost 2 minutes in and we still haven't killed her yet. And we need to take her out, man. It's important. But we're not, like, doing any damage. Look, it's like 6,000 damage every pop. Even less than that. It's like almost no damage at all. Very impressive. They keep trying to heal her. And they have grit is one of the things, guys. Grit is, means that all the exposes that we're doing can't do anything. Okay, so she's in the red. We could take her out, right? Like, we dispel all the things. If we got healing immunity there, well, it'd be a different story. But it said she healed to full, and we only had like 2.5 minutes, and now we're fast forwarding here because you guys probably have guessed the results, the very embarrassing results of me trying to get cute and using a team that is never really used on this squad. Look at that, full healed again. I was in the red again. Just can't do it. Can't land healing immunity when I needed to. Apparently I need more potency on my Iden squad or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, we're at 300% speed because we can't kill Ninth Sister. Yep, she healed full again. Even with our quote-unquote ramping damage, like, we're just not doing anything. And all of the exposed damage that we normally would do, it's just nothing. So then I realized, I'm like, oh yeah, I saved Emperor Palpatine and Mara Jade. Saved Emperor Palpatine and Mara Jade. They're just like a little bit hidden behind better characters. And I mean, EP Mara Jade, they're faster than these guys. Because my Mara Jade's crazy fast. And yeah. There's no challenge because we've got the set for Datacron, right? So we just destroy them, we delete them, deleted sort of thing. I mean, we're doing way more damage to him too. I don't know. I don't know why Iden was doing so little damage, but there we go. Perfect banners. Where we could have just done that anyways. I don't know why I thought I needed to use Iden there. I didn't know why I thought I needed to. Alright, we got Hux with First Order TIE Pilot, which means the Jedi Training Raid team does not gain bonus turn meter. And so, yeah, Hux can at least dispel that. And gosh, if R2 isn't the most annoying little potty-mouthed droid in the world, I don't know who is. But it's taken a little bit more effort than I was hoping for initially. But we still end up taking her out. Remember, we didn't have Red. I think Red was on defense with... I think I put Starkiller on defense with Red and crew, and it just... Everyone's like, man, this is such a good team, and it just never panned out for me, guys. Alright, so here's where I decided... I'm like, man, let's try ban. Look, we've already failed enough times. My opponent probably isn't going to fail at all. He's probably just going to destroy me. And maybe he'll just fail on fleets or something, but we're going to science a little bit here. And unfortunately, I mean, this is sortie. This is only sortie this squad. Sort of this squad. But look at that, we knifed her. Tell her I said knife job. But it's only Relic 3. Only was Relic 3. Not even... Yeah, it wasn't a good fight. But Relic 7 or 8 would have been a lot scarier, potentially. But yeah, 56 banners. Good enough for me. And then he's got this Bo-Katan, Embo, weirdo team. I think just this is the sign that your opponent usually plays efficiency when they place a team like this, because it can get okay banners. Sure, it can get okay banners. But you know, it can steal banners, I should say. All right. But on the other hand, we got a kill with Jango there. That was why we got to full health and protection. On the other hand, I mean, it just gets wiped out pretty easy. So, yeah, here's the score before I did my fleet attacks. And then I ended up doing my fleet attacks before my opponent attacked. He attacked pretty late in the day. And we're just going to cut straight to the results, folks. So you're not going to see anything. We'll do a little I guess we could do a jump cut real quick, shall we? Let's do a jump cut, and then you guys can see the epic finale of this fight. Like, this wasn't a good situation, guys. Like, I dropped a lot of banners against a player who's very skilled and who, like, basically never fails attacks, unless, you know, unless he intentionally tries to, which he does that with Lord Vader sometimes. But otherwise, let's go. At some point I'll find the button. Alright, folks, so you can't see my Executor died in one shot, but my Profundity held 3 times. He had cheesed fleets so much, he kept Executor and Profundity. When he tried to use his Executor on my Profundity, he killed the Outrider, but then all of his other fleets just failed. They flailed and then failed and couldn't kill Profundity, so hooray for me, I suppose. And he did outplay me on ground. There's not really any 2 ways around that. He attacked Lord Vader and 2-shot it like I thought he would, and then he uses Traya, and then he uses Bounty Hunter, so he could use off metas to double tap him. And otherwise, he didn't fail a single other attack, which really surprised me. I placed a pretty tough defense, and he just got through it really easy, and then he failed on fleets. And I guess the thing I want to take from this is he outplayed me on the ground. He didn't outplay me in ships. I'm not saying this isn't me trying to talk smack at all. At the end of the day, maybe he got really bad RNG, maybe he had a crash, but fleets are, I mean, it's like half of GAC. I know that it's only one zone, but it's an important part of GAC, and he didn't get there. He wasn't able to finish it. I mean, that happens to me too. But just keep in mind, just because you cheese fleets doesn't mean you always get through the fleet zone. It's not just, I mean, he's very clearly skilled. He beat all my really good squads on defense fairly easily, fairly efficiently. But just because you cheese fleets doesn't mean you're going to automatically just get to forget about ships. That isn't the truth. This is a good player, and he failed on ships because fleets are tough anyways, and just because you choose fleets, you don't just automatically get to ignore it. It's not just like a punt, like, hey, we have both good max banners, great, let's just ignore ships. It's sometimes you'll just lose even if you cheese. So I'll stop beating that dead horse and just say winning is hard. This is the only my second win of the season at this point, and so I was, what, 2-3, you know, kind of rising a little bit, but man, really tough competition so far. And the next fight is also very tough. I think that's the one I'm going to skip, just because I don't have any screenshots of any of it. I'll fill you guys in what happens at the start of my first match here, but yeah, like I didn't. My other 3 matches are significantly better documented. I made a more concerted effort to take screenshots and stuff. So anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Zereth is tempted to just skip the fleet part of his GACs entirely, because this video is really damn short, even with me rambling a lot at the end. Thank you. We'll see ya.